It's me, bobA. I live in Florida. Okay.
It's softer when she talks.
Golly, gee
oh my
whiz,
goodness.
mister.
Hi, everyone.
Oh my goodness. We're all Americans
Hello,
now.
everybody. It is bobA.
She goes,
What
hi,
a
everybody.
coincidence.
How are you
What
all
a
Cologne
doing
myself
today?
and use
Hey,
the
what's the matter with you?
arrow
It's
on
I
me,
will
bobA.
cologne
What am I
myself.
doing? I'm walking here. It's me, bobA.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Wait, I'm Bouphe.
Gemma is Lydia. I am the true bobA.
Immediately.
And you're muted, Gem. And you're muted.
Gem is
Oh
muted.
my god, guys, what if that would be something to
Absolute
fuck it up at the
shit
start? What a shit show. Oh wait, I'm Bouphe. I still can't quite get it right.
I thought I got a nice picture of us, but bobA is like... Boba's so worried.
I mean, I like it. She still looks
Always
so
worried.
It's because I only got half an eyebrow now. I can only be worried.
Try and get another
hello.
one. Boba, don't look scared.
We're allowing Gemma to host this on her channel because we do not professionally want to be attached to this.
This is
show.
horrible.
Yeah,
it's
We feel
horrible.
bad for her.
It's
It's
humiliating.
career ruining. It's absolutely
Just let
career ruining.
Gemma deal with this.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to say come on my own channel. But
Never.
here,
With
Here
all
we
due
can say
respect,
come all we want.
you would say come on your own channel. Come on.
Cummies.
do not. Well, in context, that sounds a little bit more than what I'm asking for.
Come on my channel.
Come on my channel.
Come on my
Way.
channel. Speaking of
Great
come,
start.
today
Yes?
is the Valentine's Day special of the SLAG
Good
sessions.
segue. Great segue.
There's nothing
Yeah.
more romantic than cum.
Yeah.
So we are sponsored this week by cum.
Yes.
Use code SLAG at checkout for 10% off your bucket of cum.
There's got to be
Well,
a code.
and it is
that's SLAG.
It's a bargain bucket. That's a lot of cum that you get with that.
It's a bargain bucket. Oh
The way
my
that we've
God.
already set the bar so fucking low. Do you want me to
That's
essentially describe all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Bobo, again, similar hairstyle, but not straight across fringe side, fringe situation. We have some luscious long lashes, the same as Bouphe. We have some tattoos, that's some exciting stuff, some tattoos. And a pink shirt with a little tie at the top. Very, very Valentine's-y. Then we move on to Lydia. I'm joking. Lydia's got long, luscious, curly red hair. She's got luscious, long lashes.
Fucking bitch, you fucking
She's
bitch.
got
Shut
a
the fuck
shirt
up.
that
I don't
comes
care
off the
anymore.
shoulders.
No one cares. No one cares about you.
And then next we have Gemma, who is a
I do
size
Gemma?
6, 6
Yeah.
foot 2 blonde with giant jugs and a huge ass.
Skinniest
She's
little
just-
ankles you've ever seen.
She's
skinny.
entirely leg, and then there's some tits on top of the
Like just
legs.
tits on
And
top.
The perfect woman doesn't exist.
And she's got a
Except they
sandwich.
do.
She's got a sandwich in her hand, and she's holding it out, and she's jiggling up and down, and
I hate this. I hate it.
she's saying "come" over and over again.
They can hear me. You don't have to describe what I'm saying because they can hear me.
The video, the audio description.
She's
Got
got
"cum" written on her face. She's got "cum" on her face.
What is your worst Valentine's Day story? I'm just gonna fucking throw that one out there.
Oh, that's a good question.
I can go first. It's not really it's not terrible, but I remember at the time just being like, what the fuck? So my ex-boyfriend worked in games PR, but all the tea.
God bless.
And we were dating, and he made out like he's done this like really super romantic thing for me, and I was really excited because it was probably like one of my first like proper. Well, it wasn't my first, but it was like a very serious relationship. Anyway, he's like, turn on the radio at 5 p.m. I got a present, a little surprise for you.
What?
So I literally remember being in my kitchen at my mum's house and turning the radio on and being like, oh my God, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I'm so excited. And then the presenter, like the DJ was like, and out there we've got Lydia, who is partner, and they're going to be playing, like Super Smash Bros. 3 tonight, the hot game which comes out this evening. And it was like he was a fucking PR for that game, and he used a shout out for me to advertise the video game. I was like, are you fucking serious?
I'm not gonna lie. I respect the grind.
Damn.
Do you not think?
It was like, yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone, I guess. But it was like, right, yeah, that's that romantic thing you said you were going to do for me has just become a marketing shill strategy. So thanks for that, love. Anyway, so
How long
yeah,
were you
we're
with
no
that
longer
person?
dating.
Yeah.
For like almost 3 years.
Oh my God, Lydia.
Damn.
That was probably
that
like,
early on?
That was probably like 6 months in.
Okay. And you still, Lydia.
I know. I was, I was
Respect.
like, well, but yeah. So that was a pretty shit Valentine's present. Does anyone else have a Valentine's thing?
I go.
I'm looking.
I'll go.
I'm looking at bobA.
Yeah, you go, bobA.
Why? Why are you looking at me? Do I look like
Because you look like you've got some heartbreak
Yeah.
in there.
What the fuck does that mean?
have plenty.
You horrible bitch!
She looks like she's a broken woman.
Bitch, you look like you've suffered.
This is how I describe bobA. She looks like a broken woman who hasn't been happy in many years.
It's true. I'm waiting for a beautiful cat to love me. But I was in high school and I worked at a bookstore from the time I was 17 until I was 25. And while I was in high school, I think I was 18 in the last year of high school, and I was at work, and my manager came over to me with a bouquet of flowers. She's like, "These are for you." And I didn't have a boyfriend at the time, so I was very confused. And I read the tag, and I couldn't even the name was like Joe or something, and I was like, who the fuck is Joe? And then this guy showed up at my work, and it was this guy that I barely ever talked to, but I know had just gotten out of like a really long relationship with someone that I was kind of aware of. And he showed up and he was like, "Do you like your flowers?" And I was like, "Who are you?"
Oh my God.
He shooted his shot.
I was like, I've talked to you. He shooted it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, what a
He
king.
went,
Come on.
did a shoot.
That's king shit.
So I was like, thanks. And then he got really nervous and left. And then he never talked to me again. And I left the flowers at work in the break room or gave them to someone else. I don't remember. But it was just so odd because, I mean, like, if he had maybe like set some groundwork first,
Yeah, like
Or,
spoken
like,
to you at least a bit.
followed through
Yeah.
afterwards, or did anything else besides just send flowers and then show up and leave, who knows?
that is
but
intense.
Good for Joe, you heartless bitch.
I know. He's somewhere. I think he started dating someone a
Joe.
week later, so maybe he just sent a bunch of flowers around until someone was down with it.
I
I
feel
never
like
know
you
what
might
that
have
means.
a story.
Me?
Yeah, like about
My story is that I
Valentine's.
have never had a Valentine.
Oh my God.
I've never, so, like, especially, like, since I was in my teens or in school or something, like, I don't remember ever having anything happen like that. And even
my
when
God.
To the Valentine, like a partner at Valentine's Day or
I
like
have
a
had.
present?
I've never had anyone take anything seriously like that. So, like, I remember when I was, I think I was 21 or 22, and I was going out with this guy, and I was like, Valentine's Day's coming up, and he was like, yeah, we should bake a cake. And we baked a cake, and he wrote on it, Happy Consumerism Day, bitches.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay. And then we broke up.
Yeah.
I mean,
do
yeah,
you
that
want
would
to
have
have
been
a
nice.
romantic Valentine's Day? Do you
I
want
don't
that?
know anymore. I've been.
Oh,
It's been.
Baby.
I know.
Boba's
it's been
a broken woman.
I was a broken
never
woman.
had a
She was
I've never loved in my
projecting.
life. I was like, it was like, I remember when I was like 15 and my boyfriend, he came, like, I was off school for some reason, and he wrote "I heart you" on 2 A3 pieces of paper and walked the 5 miles from where he lived to my house, and then texted me, "Look out your window." And I looked out and he was holding it up, and I was like, oh no, what do I do?
Oh,
And I got
my God.
scared. And he
Oh my
dumped
gosh.
me too. Like, this is just a long line of men that do things and then they dump me. I think that's all that is. And then, like, I haven't really had a partner that has taken that seriously on Valentine's Day, or my partners just don't do that. And then, so now I just tell people that I love them all the time. Everybody
you
gets
do.
it in the neck. I love you so much, you piece of shit.
I know.
I'm romantic 24/7.
That's actually a true statement. I can confirm.
I mean, it's you just
Erotic.
get cheap chocolate at Valentine's Day.
Just messages you send me telling me I'm a cunt.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
different.
tell
That's
you
you.
I love you. You cunt.
Yeah, to be fair, it's always laced in hatred, like your romantic messages to us.
I'm very broken.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pain in there. But
Treat.
Gemma, tell us about your Valentine, please.
So I was in primary school,
Oh.
and I was a little slut in primary school. I
Oh my god.
basically in year 5 and year 6, I had 2 boyfriends at the same time with their permission.
Oh my
They-
gosh.
They were okay with this?
Yeah, so
It
it
was
was
an open
polyamory
relationship?
before I even knew what that really was. But I basically, I so I had a crush on this guy called Jake,
Yeah.
and I worked up the courage to ask him out, and he was like, yeah, I guess. So we were dating, and then Jack that evening said to me, will you, I think it was on MSN, he said, will you go out with me? And I was like, well, I did just ask Jake, and he said yes, so I'm going out with Jake. But, like, I can ask him if that's fine. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. So I asked Jake, and Jake was like, yeah, I guess that's fine. So I was dating Jake
Why
and
did they both
Jack.
plan the same?
Because
They
that's
They were actually after each other, and they're like, our plan is working perfectly. No one will expect that we're gay lovers.
Do you think I'm that repulsive that no man could ever love me?
Well, just not 2 at once.
That's too many for any woman. No, I basically did that, but then the worst part is like 2 weeks later, Jack dumped me in the field because he was leaving me for Amy, and he left me for a girl called Amy.
Do you know, I do have a similar story to that as
Yeah.
well. So in year 6, before I went to secondary school, which is like high school, I was asked out by Jason. And
Jason.
I was like, yeah, sure, Jason, okay. And he, you know, when you leave school and everybody writes their like messages on your a polo shirt, and he wrote his phone number on my t-shirt, and I was like, oh, okay.
Smooth.
But
Too much.
But this, you know, I'm scared of phone calls to this day, and I think a lot of people can really resonate with that. That you don't want to call anyone. So we went about 2 months without seeing nor speaking to each other. And the first day of secondary school, he got his friends to kind of crowd around me in a sort of semicircle and shout, "You're dumped," at me.
What the fuck? Why does this keep happening to you?
I mean,
Can we
where
do
there's
that right
smoke,
now?
there's fire.
Yeah.
Boophe
Are
is
we in
like-
a semicircle?
Boof is like, I have a similar story to that.
Wait,
so
where
here's
is she?
a
She's
really
up there.
traumatic event that occurred to
Yeah.
me. Oh my god, babe.
They did a 3, 2, 1, you're dumped. They did it synchronized.
Oh my god.
And
How old were you guys? Like 11?
yeah.
Was that really
actually?
actually
What a
sad?
bunch of little pricks.
That must have been really
I
shit.
mean, I laughed it off because I fancied his mate anyway. But then his mate got like chased out of school because everyone called him gay. He wasn't gay, but why was he chased out of school anyway? And I used to want to go for walks near his house just in case I could see him and see how he was doing, but I never saw him again.
Yeah.
No.
Basically, so really quick, the Valentine's thing that happened is 2 years before this happened, me and Jack dated. So we'd dated before. It was in year 4. And he... So, you know when you're in primary...
remember year 4.
I remember
What's going on in year 4?
Everything, apparently, in my life. Nothing's happened since then. And you know, so did you in primary school have like trays? Like where?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got a Valentine's card in my tray from Jack, and he gave me this ring that he'd clearly gotten. So I lived by the
you were
seaside.
wearing it right
This
now.
is it. I've never taken it off.
I was really convinced.
I love how me and Gemma have really similar lives, but mine always turns out really tragic. When, like, I'll tell you, I've told Lydia my story about this as well, but it's always just fucking tragedy. When
I know, mine is like tragedy, but in a really not funny. Like it's like funny. Yours is tragedy where I'm like, do you
Mine's
need to see a
literally
therapist? I'm really worried about you.
mine's literally tragic. It's horrible.
Yeah. But basically he bought me this ring. So I live by the seaside, and you know when you're by the seaside you have all of these arcades, and it looked like he'd got it from the arcade. And basically I went to the toilet, left the toilet, realized the gem had fallen out in the toilet while I was wiping, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that it was a shit-related incident, so just threw the whole thing away and told him I lost it.
Oh, that's really sad, Jen.
Is that your Valentine's Day story?
That's my sad
to
that you
Valentine's
wiped
Day
so
story.
hard.
I wiped with such vigor that it
A similar
disappeared.
thing happened to my gem too. My gem also fell in the toilet.
As in me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had to
My gem is
clarify.
in the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I told Lydia, and this is a story that people
Yeah.
repeat to me all the time. In primary school, I got a little chocolate box. You know when you would get a box with a single chocolate in it from sweet shops sometimes. Yeah. And I filled that with rocks, with shiny rocks.
This is why
Such a
these things
magpie.
happen to Bouphe. Rock girl, rock girl.
Shut up! You're done.
You're done, Rocco!
And I wrote on it to William from ? But I had such distinctive handwriting that he just walked straight up to me and went, "Was this you?" And I went, "No." And then I started crying. But it was peacock ore. They were my favourite rock at the I mean, I have they was kind of quartz. I have some more rocks here.
Oh,
that
shit.
Pretty.
I'm big into rocks still, but yeah, that was another thing. And I also lost a ring. It was a mood ring that a boy got me, and I lost it on the pinnacle, which is when you walk up the moors and there's like a thing at the top of the moors called the pinnacle. I lost my ring in there.
That's so heartbreaking. Why did we both
had
lose
matching
rings?
rings.
I lost a really expensive necklace from Tiffany's.
Fuck off.
Yeah, at a gig. So when I was like 16, my first proper boyfriend got me like a Tiffany's necklace.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stacked.
He was a bit older, and then I went to a
was in his
gig.
40s.
He's like 18, and then I went to an In Me gig. Great band.
I loved In Me.
Great
And do you know,
band.
somebody that I worked with at M&S was dating Dave McPherson.
No.
And
Oh,
they said he was a proper arsehole.
Oh,
He was a
yeah, I could
proper
see that.
shit,
I could
yeah.
see that.
But I also went to an In Me gig. So
Maybe. Oh my
Solidarity.
goodness.
It was in Northampton. We wouldn't have been in the same
I was at
place,
London.
Oh my goodness.
But I was jumping around and dancing around like no one's business, and then I got home and realised that I was no longer wearing this expensive necklace that this boy had bought me.
Shit.
And then I panicked, couldn't tell him I'd lost it. I was not a sugar baby, just to be clear. I think this I think because he was a bit of a fuck up and dropped out of school and was working, so I think he could like afford to buy a necklace. Anyway, I digress.
She was just in a consensual relationship with Jeff Bezos. That's all.
yeah.
My first love.
She was in a relationship where she exchanged companionship for money. That's all it was.
That was it.
For
So
money
in the
and
end,
gifts.
I bought like a cheap fake one off of eBay and wore that around him. But he knew.
Oh my god!
But neither of us ever addressed it. He would look at it
Oh my
sometimes
gosh.
and look at me in the face and look at the necklace and
What
then just
is
put it
this?
on. And I'd be like da 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 da. So yeah, that was that. Anyway, that was awful. He was awful, to be fair, as well. So the whole thing was just awful. I have a completely different experience because when you guys talk about primary school, I'd be interested to see what bobA was like because you guys talk about having like boyfriends in primary school and stuff. I was terrified of boys and wanted nothing to do with them. Like I had crushes. I once had a boyfriend for a day when I was like 10 and I went home and cried all night. And then because I was so scared by the whole thing. And then I didn't have a boyfriend until I was 16. But I didn't kiss anyone until I was 16. I did nothing. I was like, yeah, because I was so scared of like the concept of like being with a boy. It terrified me. So when people talk about having boyfriends when they were like 10, I'm like, what? That was the last thing. I just wanted to play video games. Like I was so scared of boys. I still do.
It's the same thing till this day.
I mean,
what were you like, bobA?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have boyfriends. Not even until I was not allowed to have a boyfriend, but I kind of had this boy that I liked when I was, I guess, that age. So like 1st through 4th grade, because I lived in the same neighborhood, and I was basically a big tomboy, and I hated flowers and I hated pink. And we would ride our bikes all over, and I was the go-to. I've told this before, but the boys from the neighborhood would all bring me their Game Boys. And they would be stuck on parts of Pokemon, and they'd be like, oh, can you get through this area for me? And I'd be like, okay, fine, I will. But I had a crush on one of them. But I was not allowed to have a boyfriend. I was not allowed to shave my legs until I turned like 14.
Oh my god.
Like,
same.
And I had curfew when I was 18. My parents were like, you need to be home by 10. So
I wasn't allowed out.
Yeah. My first boyfriend was when I was 17, was the first boyfriend I ever had.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Yes, I do. Everyone talk about their first kiss.
Oh my god. Okay, you girls go first. I want to hear your guys. Let's start with bobA.
I think.
Oh,
I'll go with bobA.
No, let's go with Bouphe. Let's go with Bouphe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was 14 and I'd been going out with this guy called Steve, but we'd actually broken up, and then I went to the local rock club, which coincidentally Yogscast Kim used to frequent as well.
Oh
we
my
went
God.
to the same place at the same time. We lived
Small
in the
world.
same city as each other, the same town, and we used to go to the same rock club all the time. And he just was like in a good mood or something and started dancing with me and kissed me, but like our tongues were going the same way at the same time, so it wasn't like proper kissing. And then I was like, I didn't like that much, and then just left. And that was it.
You said
And I
the
don't think I
same
saw him
way.
again.
They were like doing that.
Yeah.
Did you girls know what to do straight away? Because I didn't realize you had to suck, so I just went like that. Yeah, I didn't realize you had to like do anything.
I didn't know I was supposed to suck.
I didn't realize you were supposed to do anything other than just put lip on lip.
Lydia's just done a very rude gesture. For me, so I wanted a boyfriend before I was 17, but I was horrifically bullied from the time that I left my neighborhood in primary school until I was in high school.
Trying to steal my tragedy.
Fuck
I
off.
my tragedy.
Only
It's
one of us
my
can be
turn
bullied.
on. Mom says it's my turn on the tragedy.
God damn it. This is
I
my
was-
thing. I have no personality except my trauma.
You have your rocks, Bouphe. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. I do have my rocks. Let me just play with my rocks for a minute.
So, throughout middle school, I'm a natural blonde, so I had blonde hair that was dirty blonde, parted down the middle. I had big round glasses, I had braces, and I wore anime clothes. And I was horrendously bullied, called hideous, gross. I would cry every day. So there was one boy that I had a crush on, and then he turned out to be my biggest bully, and I was miserable.
Oh, yes. Why is that the case? When you have a crush on someone and then they just bully you so fucking much.
He
and
was
you're
so
still, like,
awful.
That is
If
so
I
weird.
saw him today, I think I'd kick his ass. I'm
think you
still
should.
so mad at him. I love that Bouphe.
That's
It's
a
cute.
beautiful rock.
It's very pretty. And that's a
Um,
watermelon quartz.
So I
That is
had my
nice.
glow up. Not really. It didn't happen really where I felt good about it until later. But when I got to high school, I got different glasses that were like the scene kid glasses. You know, the black rectangle frames.
Yes.
And my braces were still on, but then I got them off, and then eventually I had contacts and stuff. But I had my first boyfriend. Oh my god. And he would straighten his hair, and it was blonde, and he was like, oh my god, he was not good looking at all. But I was like, oh, he's so cool. And I had these 3 girlfriends who were like not cool girls, but they were my friends, and I was not cool either. And so I started dating him, and I kissed him, and I was like, this is weird. And that would happen. And then he broke up with me after 6 months, and I cried and thought that my life was over.
Oh, babe.
Because
it feels like that, though.
It was
feels
over.
like
It's never gotten better since then.
You'll never forget the guy with the straight hair that was kind of
If you're watching this, I take back everything bad that I just said about you. Call me.
I don't want to kiss Boba. Gross.
Imagine being
We already
gay.
I want to kiss boys. Only boys. But all the boys. I'm not fussy.
I was obsessed with Tobuscus. Toby
Who?
Turner. What?
Oh.
Do you remember Tobuscus?
Oh, I need to look.
Vaguely.
I was obsessed with Tobuscus. If you had one Cupid's arrow, who would you aim at?
So for anyone to love you.
Anyone.
But it's
Or
not real. It's not real love then, is it?
Well, it's Cupid. He
Should
can do
I
whatever
be
the
that
fuck he
person?
wants.
True.
I know who mine would be,
Oh!
Yeah?
but mine's just boring. It's a celebrity man.
Yeah, then deliver it.
Oh.
Wait, is it Henry Cavill?
Is it Henry?
Yes, of course it's Henry Cavill. I fancy the pants off that man. I would absolutely really like it if he was in love with me. I would be up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, I wouldn't be mad if he was in love with me either. I wouldn't be like,
I would be
Henry
mad.
Cavill, how
He
dare
seems
you?
nice.
Yeah.
He seems like
Get
a
outta
nice
here.
fellow.
He likes video
very
games and he
dare
likes
you.
Warhammer
He builds
and he's
PCs.
very attractive and he builds PCs and he's Geralt of Riviera and he's very attractive. I said that one, but second time. Seems like a nice man. Seems like
a
he
nice
could
fella.
love. He seems like he could love me if he only took the time to know me.
Okay, so or Aubrey Plaza or Boba.
What? Me?
Boba already loves you.
She doesn't
You
love
can't
me.
say
He
that.
wastes
Enough.
the arrow.
I mean, even the 60-year-old Kyle MacLachlan is really nice.
Oh!
Who?
Yeah,
Kyle? Who?
Kyle MacLachlan.
MacLachlan.
He's cheeky and funny too.
He's
him!
he's Agent Dale Cooper from
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Oh,
He's so
yeah,
cheeky
yeah.
and funny.
He's also from other things. I don't fucking know. I watched a film with him the other day. He was in The Hidden, where
He was also in
an alien. Yeah,
Sorry, no, you go. Carry on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over
he
you.
was an alien in the body of some guy that died, and he was trying to hunt down the guy that killed him, and it was a really bad film. And he was in Dune, and I love Kyle MacLachlan, and he still looks really good for like 60.
He really does.
Babe, Boba, who's yours?
Yeah, Boba, I want to know.
Well, you know, if time travel was possible, then it's got to be 90s era Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
However,
you do
love him. Love him.
God, especially in Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
and
he's so
Titanic.
pretty. He's
we
so
watched that
pretty.
in school, and
So good.
all the girls were just like kind of crying about him, and I wasn't big into Leo back then. I was just
oh my
like,
God.
just
I
sitting
think.
there
I
staring
think
at
he's
him.
beautiful.
Which member of the SLAGs would you want to be trapped on a deserted island with?
Oh,
Yeah, this is a game of pick your favorite. This feels like bullying
It's not
here,
pick your
girls.
favorite. No, it's not fucking bullying. Because my thinking
Watch old
was...
Liddy not get picked once. You guys
Fuck
just go
off.
I would
between
pick
each other.
you, Liddy.
No. So, fuck off. So the idea of a deserted island is very different from who is your favorite. Like, a deserted island, you've got to think about who's going to be resourceful, who's going to suit your lifestyle, who's going to,
So
like...
Yeah,
Yes,
don't
too,
don't
if you
choose
want.
me, Bouphe. We'll die within like 2
We will
hours.
die, but I will die happy. We're just gonna lie on the beach together, try and find a cat in the wilderness, find some chocolate, get really sad that there isn't any chocolate. Why doesn't Lydia, the largest slag, simply eat the other three?
I'm first in line.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would pick. Well, I don't know. I feel like Gem is so like on it and organized and resourceful and like
Oh my god, Gemma would save our lives.
yeah, I'd get
That's
trapped on
who
this
I was
island.
gonna pick
Yeah,
too.
I get trapped to this island, and she'd be like, "Right, we're doing this, we're doing this, doing that," and then we build like an amazing mansion, and it would have running water and a working sewage system, and
And it would
we'd
have a
feast
stream
like
of
queens.
the Real Housewives.
Yeah.
But think
constantly.
about how annoying my voice is. Okay?
It's not at all,
annoying.
though.
And
It's
this
not
would be me
annoying.
all the time. So imagine, so first of all, I mean, Lydia's really tall. So I'm doing this from Lydia's perspective. So this is what Lydia would see. This is me stomping around the island trying to find resources. Hello! 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 Is anybody here? Is anybody here? That's what you'd see all the time, 24/7.
Oh god.
I know what Boba would be. She's choosing who she can scissor with.
Oh yeah, true. I just want to clarify my answer would be Lydia because me and Lydia both have OCD.
Oh my god.
So
can you
Lydia
imagine?
would look at me weird when I have to touch a rock 5 times. She'd be like, "Girl, same."
I love me just laughing. Haha, OCD.
But
Maybe
I'd be
soothing
fine to live
I'd-
with.
Yeah,
She'd
I'd
be
be
like a
climbing trees,
soothing.
and trying to kill myself by
Fuck
throwing
off!
coconuts. I'd be throwing coconuts in the air and trying to catch them on my head and see how quickly I can get a concussion.
Because I'm ugly, that like actually means the world to me.
She has to have something, guys.
Yeah, I have to have some value in this this world.
She had to develop her sense of humor because she literally couldn't develop any good looks. It was
She's still waiting for them.
I reached 17 and I was like, well,
Guess
nothing
I'm
else
the
is
funny.
coming. Fuck.
guess I'm the funny girl.
What's Lydia's silly funny now?
Yeah, come on, Lids.
What was sorry, what say again?
The silliest thing
Lydia's-
that makes you laugh.
Oh, the
Lily's
silliest
on
thing that
another planet all the
So-
time.
I just didn't. Sorry, I didn't hear. I really like. I like my Simpsons memes.
Oh my god.
So
she
whenever
knows-
Yes.
whenever I send them to you or whatever, I just lie in bed like laughing to myself.
She's got a folder of
She does.
Simpsons
She
memes
always
that
has
she can
a
pull
fucking.
out.
They're always perfect to the.
That's
to the
so
joke,
good.
too.
Okay,
So we will
love you all
Love you
so
guys.
much.
Love
See you next time.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.